get too steampunky, but you know, something in that direction. Let's see what we get. Yeah, it's from a while ago. I don't know. Like, there's let's see what we'll do. Let's just begin. And it's been a long time since I've streamed some art, so we're gonna do some bumbling, but I think we'll be okay. What I like to do first, let's just get some base colors down. You know what? Let's just do it. Man, Affinity, it's a good app. I don't want lyrics in here. Let's keep it chill. Let's kind of work through this. So I'm thinking, let's keep the summer vibe going. Let's get a blue, but it's kind of warm. Just kind of picking out colors here. We're gonna start. I'm kind of imagining something I want to like, kind of like an action perspective, like something kind of aerial. So we're gonna put the horizon line quite high. And you know, as is tradition, let's work with like a deserty kind of feel. But let's make it warm. We're gonna add some density to this. Hey Oz, what's good, man? You know, let's just dip in here and we'll figure it out as we go. Color picking, you know, we'll rotate these around. I wanted to do some stuff in Procreate again, but I need, it's been so long since I streamed, my setup is kind of busted, so, hey man, happy birthday. My system's a little bit messed up for streaming in Procreate, so we'll have to do that a bit later, but maybe next time. I should have tried it beforehand, a little bit earlier, but testing it just like 15 minutes ago, I was like, oh, this ain't gonna work. But it's fine. Well, happy birthday. Thanks for spending it here. At least for a little bit. I appreciate it. Let's grab this guy here, and I want to start by making these things a little bit more gradients. Get to the HSL sliders. Operate in known territory, and let's make this more yellow. Kind of give it that deserty vibe, you know. I like that. And then let's have it kind of coming off from the side, so there's like a sun over here. You see how we have that gradient? Let's keep it like that. I'm almost out of frame. Oh man, sorry. My camera, see, I'm so out of whack. Thanks, dude. I haven't streamed in months. It feels like everything is a bit wonky. Sorry. We're keeping it goofy and basic. Yeah, let's just keep the gradients here. I think the gradients give a lot of depth. It's a little too hot there. Maybe a little bit more, a little desaturated and dark. Let's do something like that. Yeah, everything's going good. It's just been I've been just super busy. It's been a lot of traveling and a lot of, you know, summertime, so stuff is happening, you know, and so my weekends are full, or things are going on, so I just haven't had the time to dedicate to it and keep a schedule, so I just decided to just take a step back in general. But everything is actually going really great. I mean, all things considered in the world, there's a lot of yikes happening, it seems like every other day, but just on a personal level, doing great. Thanks for asking. Nah, yeah, just in my, let's just make this a horizon line just a little bit. Yeah, a little bit, kind of out there. We're gonna play with this a little bit more. We're gonna add some texture and stuff to it. It's gonna be okay. So, we're gonna just do some outlines first. All right, like it's gonna be a little, I don't say bad, but it's not going to be good. All right, we're going to just get the composition in place, and then we're going to add layers of details. So have patience. I kind of don't like these being in the middle. I kind of like these to be maybe a little bit off kilter. This needs a little more dimension, but it's all right. So let's see here. I think I want to try some things that I haven't really played with before, and I think it could be interesting. this isn't gonna be like this. We're just gonna make this white, something like that. Maybe a little bit yellow, like an eggshell kind of thing, you know, something over there in that direction. Journey of the Game, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's almost a meme at this point of me just doing desert stuff, but I'm really into it. All right, let's get a little bit closer in. We're gonna put like some clouds on the horizon line, but I'm just gonna make this. We're gonna kind of just have this circle here, and we're just gonna kind of paint with it, you know. And we're gonna put some in the foreground. I am familiar with it. I've never played it, but I know I'm really familiar with the art style because it's so iconic. But I've never played it. But it always looked so cool. I didn't really. There was kind of a period in my life when it came out that I didn't really have a ton of time for games, and so I kind of passed me by. But it's always been a cool one. Yeah, we don't see a lot of these because they'll be behind the clouds, so maybe we'll just show like little tips of them, you know, right there. Just have it kind of go out like that. And then, yeah, we'll just take all these objects, and I don't know if we'll do anything with them, but one thing we might do that could be kind of interesting is to just come in here, and we'll already start maybe just drawing some of these lines here. Maybe I'm a little bit blinded here. Maybe I'm just like everything's bright. I could turn on my the nightlight thing. It'll mess up my colors, but I'll at least be able to see. Let's see here. What color am I actually looking for here? Something kind of like near the background. Let's get something like that. How does this work again? Yeah. Just click and drag. Here we go. So I'm just gonna like paint on some of this. I'm just gonna take that background and we're just gonna draw like kind of these shapes, just a few like here and there, like maybe over here. Let's bring that to the front. Here we go. Perfect. And we're just gonna give these a couple of them a little bit of dimension. All right, highly recommended. All right. I recently picked up Guilty Gear Strive, and I was playing that the other day. Kind of got a soft spot for fighting games. I'm not very good at them, but I still like them, and the art in that is just absolutely fantastic. It's so inspiring. I really love it. Alright, so we're just gonna paint on a few of these things. I kind of just want to give it a little bit of dimension here. Just make these things look like they have some. Yeah, it's pretty opposite, right? I'm not really using a ton of rhyme or reason to pick out the spots here. We're just kind of diving in and just wherever it kind of makes sense, maybe. I want them to be a little bit cartoony, but not too cartoony. And I think we're hitting that. So. Let's see if we can keep that. Let's see what else. Okay, all right, it's pretty cool. Would I recommend it? So, I mean, the thing is, like, the art is so good in it. Like, the animations are fantastic. It is it's a very complicated game. There's a lot of memorization and stuff, like there's a lot of bars to maintain and things like that. However, it has an excellent tutorial. Like, I was really impressed. Like, there's a lot of complexity and they do a good job breaking it down. So if you have a little bit of patience to like let the tutorial hold your hand for a bit, it's quite good. Yeah, if you need a great first fighter, I would recommend Street Fighter 2 as well. Street Fighter 3 is also quite fun. But if you want something a little bit more arcadey, that's also, I think, a fun fighting game is like Soul Calibur games are fun. So that's also an option. All right, cool. I like the way these look. Maybe I'll add like one or two more here just to kind of. These don't have to be that much, but something like this. I was talking about doing vector art the other day with someone, and just how it is just sometimes interesting, like how a brain just sometimes thinks in these lines. What do we call this one? Let's call this one airship, because I will never find it otherwise, and it's a bad name. So, hey Audrey, hey, it's good seeing you. I don't know if I'm back, but I'm back. I don't know what that means either, but how are you doing? It's been a long time. All right, cool. This is our cloud in our little horizon line. We got a charming little desert scene going here, but let's add some stuff to it. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna sketch this. This isn't what we're doing, but just bear with me. Maybe I'll use a different tool for this. Maybe I've never used the vector brush. I never used this tool. Let's play with it. So I'm thinking like that's way too big already. So let's use black so it's clear that this is a sketch. So I'm thinking something like it's gonna look like a fish, but I'm thinking like this airship, you know, because I want to have like these like fins, you know, like these like big things. I don't really know how to sketch this. This is gonna be hard to draw. But something kind of like I want this like kind of action shot with like the stuff like kind of dangling underneath. I think I gotta go bigger with this, but I think that's the problem. Maybe I just need to draw it, because I don't think what I'm doing here is actually. I think it's gonna be more curved as well. You know. Oops. Did it change? Okay, there we go. Let's okay. Make this kind of big, put it over here. Might even adjust the perspective here. I want to start from the fin and then move outward. We're gonna operate just with the skeleton of the thing first, and then we'll, I think, make it more interesting. We're just gonna do a bunch of the line work. So like maybe it has like a little like jet out here, and then kind of we'll have another fin going down, but maybe this one will like curve. Hey, Undead, what's good, man? Alright. It's gonna look bad before it looks good. You just gotta, we're just gonna have to hustle through it. This is gonna get better with the more lines, so just be a little patient. It's gonna go behind here. Like, we're gonna have some lines that maybe don't make sense up front, but it will make sense here in a second once we get all the layers together. So it's okay. It's gonna be okay. What are we making now? You'll see. You'll see. I don't really know, but I know, if that makes sense. It's a big fish. I think I gotta adjust the perspective slightly. I'm doing this thing where I'm kind of operating without like a horizon line or anything, so it's gonna be a bit weird. But I kind of like something like this. This music is so funky. My guitar exploded. That's a fun thing that happened. It just completely, from the heat, just gave up the ghost, and the bridge just exploded off of it. So that's not fun. So getting those things either repaired or replaced. Haven't been able to play guitar. Well, I'm borrowing a guitar right now, but that's how it goes. Yeah, the bridge just like popped off. Scared the bejesus out of me, because I just walked in the door and it was like that. It was like making a strange noise, and then just exploded. And I didn't even know that could happen. Okay, now the question is, do we use strokes? I think we're going to go back and put strokes onto things, because I quite like it, at least on the background. let's keep with the 1 pixel stroke, but let's start adding colors to things, just at least layers, so we can start making sense of it. Because we're gonna need the gradients to show the lines. Is it repairable? It is repairable, but I think I'm still going to get a new guitar because it is it's kind of a vintage guitar. It like belonged to my wife's like grandparents, and so like it's been around the block. So it's not the best daily driver kind of deal. So I'm gonna why is it okay? There we go. I'm gonna change it up, I think, but it's okay. Yeah, the epoxy just kind of just died on us. It happens. I'm not super. I mean, it's gonna happen. I gotta figure out the gradient on this. I think we'll need a elliptical. I think we gotta unlock this bad boy. Because we gotta have like the lights coming from the other direction, so we gotta do the shadow going across. We gotta make this smooth, and it's gotta look like a thing. So, no, it's just in Europe we just had like a crazy heat wave recently, and it just got really hot and died. Turn down the saturation slightly. Kind of like this thing being yellow. The yellow blimp. Let's get our layers in order, like where everything is. So this one goes above this one, but this one goes above that one. Yeah. So let's see about this. Yes, I live in Germany. I don't know if, like, we're gonna have to put some lines, I think, to sell the shape of this whole thing, but I think it's okay. I don't love the way this turned out. I kind of want to. I don't know if we might need like a few more sections in this to like kind of really sell it. Hey, Undead. Maybe if we, oh yeah, ooh, that's kind of interesting. All right, it's starting to look like a spherical object now. Let's take this thing because it's an interesting shape. Let's put it over here. And let's start cleaning up some of these lines. Put this back here, and we'll make this guy a linear gradient. Right. Do the same for this one. What is this song we got, y'all? What is? No, get us out of here. Get us out of here. Okay. So, where are we at? We want to make this thing. We want to sell the illusion of this thing. I don't know if... Does that make sense? No, let's just roll with it. We're gonna make it cool. It's supposed to get cold. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty warm right now. Prague was super cool, by the way. Undead, you got a cool country on your hands there. All right, we got a funky machine brewing here, but I think it needs some lines. Unfortunately, our stay was amazing. Like, we had a really cool place to stay. Had just a really cool time overall. Like your food recommendations, we unfortunately weren't able to do those because they were closed actually the days we were there, which is just kind of unfortunate, but it's the way it goes sometimes. Our people were super nice, super friendly, really chill. It's a great time. It's a beautiful country. Good food. I will say, Czech food, not the best summertime food. I'm never super excited about gravy. and when it's 37 degrees Celsius. But you know what? You do what you can. So I'm just kind of taking this one line, I'm just kind of duplicating it, drawing it around. I want to create some, give this thing some depth, I hope. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. So we're just gonna, I think, yeah, just like keep some of these lines going, and we're just gonna see how this thing develops. Like, I don't have a plan here, folks, so like if you got fun ideas, I'm open for it. We're just kind of making this up. Have I ever drawn an airship? No. Never drawn an airship. Who do you think I am? So we're doing all this fresh and alone. So, and in a perspective that I'm unfamiliar with, which is a great thing to do whenever you're streaming. Just like do something fresh so that you don't. Yeah, but we had really a fantastic time overall in Prague. It's just such a cool cool city. I took some cool photos. I can actually show you if we can get over here. Where are they? I have a lot of photos here. I took some like artsy shots, and I think this is one of my favorites that I took. Will it open? I don't know if it's gonna open. There it goes. This is one of the best. Just like cool mailboxes. But went to the castle. It was really cool. I think this one has like a very cinematic look to it, which I really enjoyed. Just random people on a subway. I like taking like artsy shots. I really like the composition on this one. Lots of fun, fun kind of things. This is also like just I think a really cool one. We just like stumbled into this like one like courtyard area. It just was really beautiful, and it was so hot. I feel like this picture like accurately captured like how hot it was, like just like the scorching heat on this building. Like you can just kind of see it. This is another favorite of mine. We were just walking through the castle, and there were these two walls, like it was like around a corner, and like one was bright orange, one was bright blue, and I think the colors just looked fantastic. So Audrey, it's all good. It's I'll hopefully be back more regularly now, so it'll be all right. And this was also cool. This was in the castle, just like this like kind of fun little shot here, quite low. I like doing this kind of like spontaneous street photography stuff. It's fun. You get some cool shots, you get some garbage, but it's a cool thing regardless. Thanks, dude. It's really just a hobby for me, but it's one I enjoy. Yeah, I really think it's something you can learn. I mean, there's for sure the people who are, naturals, but you just kind of, I don't know. But one thing I use that helps me, I think, take better photos, at least it's what I tell myself, is that I always like to, when I'm walking around, try to find something that I think would look like a shot in a movie, Like that's like what I'm trying to imagine. And if I think it would be a cool like shot in a movie, it could be a cool photo too. So I just try to like take a shot like that. Doesn't always work out. Sometimes it just ends up being stupid or I can't get it, but doesn't mean you can't have fun with it. I also can we just kill the lyrics, man? Just too much talking. I can't think. One thing that I shoot often in like a really wide angle lens, and I crop things down. That helps because I like to take quite candid. Like I don't like holding the camera up really high and shooting through a viewfinder. People get weirded out when you're around them and you're doing that. So I just kind of hold it like down like by my waist and shoot like from like a lower angle. I think it makes it more interesting as a perspective. And and it's more unassuming, so you get more like candid shots of people just walking around, and then it also feels more cinematic because they feel like extras in a movie or something. Green, hey man, it's good seeing you. Hi, you're on vacation. Well, I hope England's treating you good. Haven't been in England in a hot minute. All right, so this is starting to shape up, look like an airship. We're not out of the woods yet, but it's getting closer. I think what's missing is I think this thing needs to be on top. I think it needs to be up here, and I think it needs to like be more visibly in front, so then it looks more rounded. So that's like a little perspective thing. We're just gonna fix our lines here. It's gonna be fine. I gotta be a little bit more precise here. What else has been going on? Been dog sitting, taking care of dogs, walking dogs. Dogs, we don't deserve dogs. They're great. I think we just need like a lot of these fin things. I think the fins are going to be what sells it. But before we get to that, because I do think it's important, I want to like already kind of do like a little dangly carriage thing like underneath it over here. And it's going to be kind of like behind it like that, but and I'm in layer hell now, but it's gonna be fine. We'll figure it out. Something kind of like this, maybe. I don't know. I'm just kind of eyeballing the perspective, but let's see if it goes down. Like I'm thinking it's like literally like a rowboat kind of thing. That's what I'm imagining. Let's make this like a dark brown. That's an imaginative color. We'll probably change it to something else, but we're just gonna roll with that for now until it makes sense. Let's make this go up and down. Let's make that perspective the same. We'll just grab this color, but maybe we'll make this a gradient. And let's make this a little bit of yellow, just to like show some light coming across. Let's just add that to our swatches. We can just reuse it here, and we'll just kind of do a little bit of that, just to show light coming across, you know. And then we'll just have this go up here, and maybe it just like comes to a tip. I don't know. I'll just hide all these layers. We're just making a thing here, and maybe it's kind of boat light. Maybe we use the cornering tool here and just make that kind of rounded, and we'll make this just not that color, but what do I have selected right now? There we go. Let's just make this slightly darker, and then now we got like a 3D object underneath it. Now we're starting to get a thing, you know, like an object. This could be better. And then we gotta like have some danglies coming underneath it. Just change the perspective slightly. Kind of like the way that looks. Maybe we'll move this up. All right, so let's just have like some like cables. I think maybe also this is like a little big. Let's make it a little smaller. Yeah, that's better. Something like that. Now these need to be taut. These need to be like really, really sharp. And maybe they'll just be like coming across like all over here. What's going on here? What happened to this? Sometimes these things, when you resize them, they can get a little finicky. Just gotta fix them like that. Let's see, this comes up like that. Yeah, that's a bad line. I've drawn some bad lines, but that might be That might be the worst. I don't know, maybe it like comes up underneath here. I don't know, I'm just gonna try some things. We're gonna make it make sense. I'm drawing like a airship kind of thing. I don't know. I'm just kind of feel like I'm going back to some maybe fun basics and just drawing some stuff, like some like machines, you know, like having fun with it. I think this thing needs some like lines on it to really sell the illusion. I think maybe it might make sense to, whoops, if we use like an actual circle tool to create our lines. We need to give this a stroke. This might help us to really sell the illusion and also make this thing a little bit more correct, I think, because it doesn't really look like a circle. And I think, yeah, let's just make this thing, bear with me, let's try this. If we use this as we're using science to create correct angles. So this would be more here, like that. And we'll just lower these down. I think this is gonna look much better, much more natural. But I mean, it's hot, I'm not gonna lie, but I do enjoy the summertime. You know, if I'm just gonna be honest with you, it being a little bit warm, I just like it more than the cold winter. I'm just a bit of a, I just don't like the winter. I don't like the cold. I know it doesn't make a lot of logical sense. People are always saying, well, you can always put on more clothes and jackets, and it's true. They're not wrong. I just don't like wearing a bunch of jackets. I hate coming home from the store and having to just like take off a bunch of clothes and stuff. That's not fun, you know? Anyway. Good old water. All right, let's go. So I'm going to use this circle as like my guide, and we're going to draw on some lines. I broke this when I corrected that line. It's going to be a lot of that, I think. I didn't really plan this out, but it's okay. I don't actually know if I'm going to get the right perspective by just using a circle, so we're just going to wing it as we're always doing. And let's see. I think it probably needs to be like the same line that they exist on. So I'm going to draw a guiding line that kind of points all the way through. This is not going to be an important line. We're going to delete it. That's why I'm going to make it like bright red. And I'm going to lock it. We're just going to use this as like the center of this thing is going to exist on this. Okay, yeah, control is what shows me that. Okay, we're on the line. So I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna place them first, I think, and then just draw onto them. I think that's the way to do it. How do I get that? Is this gonna look right? I don't actually know. I'm gonna have to imagine it. I think it might work. It's gonna look like it's rounded, but we're off our guide. Gotta pull this down. If it's confusing what I'm doing, there it is. There it is. Okay, let's pull this down. Okay, let's get the song. I don't really know what the lyrics were saying there, but they give me a worry. I don't know if this is gonna fit. Can't figure out the sizing of this last one. Kind of looks a little warped, to be honest. I think I'm just looking at it for too long. Okay, so we have our guides now, roughly. I'm gonna fix this. So, I don't know if they're equally spaced. But I'm just gonna group them, and we'll just draw the lines on top. Like so. And that one. Wait, what color was that line? No, not that line. I lost it. This guy. No, not that guy.
Word is
You're
fucked.
locked. Where'd he go? I lost the boy. He's there. It's you. Where did he go? It's this one. Okay. Moving this guy to the top. Alright, we got it now. Alright, I'm gonna use this same one, I think, as a, like, reference. Oh, I added too many points with him, but it's fine. So I'm using this guiding line, and we're just gonna draw out the rest of these, like, surrounding circles as best as we can. And if we have to add more points, we can always do that. Makes it fine. So we're just gonna add those. Boom. Yeah, I hope if I stream next time, I can go do some more stuff in Procreate. I would really like to return to that. It was added injury today because I cut my finger cooking, so it was also going to be a little bit difficult to draw anyway with a pen. So it's okay, even if the setup didn't work. So we're just lining up these things the way I think they gotta be. They make sense to me looking at it like this. And then we'll delete the one thing, like the guiding circles when they're gone. It should just kind of click to place. This is the way. All right. We'll clean up all these lines in a second. There we go. I think what I'll do as well for this piece, because I really want to dirty it up a little bit. Wait, hold up. This circle here, this guy is way off. Needs to be up here. Yeah, so I'm gonna add like I think a few effects. I want to kind of make it like be stuck in like a dust storm or something. So we're gonna add some like some grain texture and some like kind of clouds over the horizon, moving in a little bit. That's kind of what I have in mind. Let's see if we can get there. Okay, we'll turn this off. Okay, this is coming along. Let's turn that off. Where's my locked thing? I'll turn that off too. So these seem to be kind of in place now, which is good. We need that. So let's put this over top. Let's line some of these up. Improve some of the angles here. Some of these are a little flat looking, I think. They could be... We're just going to accentuate them for the effect. We got a blimp, boys. Hey, Miguel. How's it going? Hey, Miguel, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right? We're going to throw this boy in the desert. Because this is the way. How you doing, Miguel? It's been a while. What is there's a half stroke on these. Gotta do the same. Gotta do the same. Been on holidays between jobs. I've also been traveling a lot and just kind of busy in general, but in a good kind of way. It's been a lot going on, but it's cool. Yeah, I don't really know. I hadn't imagined what this piece would look like past getting a blimp on there, so like we gotta figure this out. I guess it needs like a propellant. You know, I think this is something that needs to happen. I think I kind of just want to make it a little bit smaller as well, so we can do more in the background. And I don't know, we can make some fun decisions like, is it quite small? Is it a little bit big? You know, we can decide those things. Did you guys ever play, hold up, the Guns of Icarus? Guns of Icarus, it's the best, it's like a really cool game with like these airships, and you're like, it's an old game. It's like it's been out for a while, but it's this multiplayer only shooter where you like crew up this like airship, and then you go fight other people on a map. It's really fun. Good memories playing with my brothers and everything. Yeah, you're like a gunner, or like things like that. It's really cool. You can ram other ships. You put a big old spike on it. It's fun. I think you can even board other people's boats, if I remember correctly, and like fight them there. It's pretty cool. This is like what fights look like. It's pretty cool. I think we need more rope. We need more rope and sails and stuff. I think that's what's missing. We gotta... That's what needs to happen. Whoops. Make this a little bit smaller. Like curve it out a little bit, maybe. Yeah, we need some things happening here. I was thinking like some spires or towers, because I want the cloudiness like to kind of come through a little bit. I don't know. Maybe there's like some other ships in the area too, you know, doing something. Yeah, I think we gotta add some more of these boys though. What will the name of the ship be? We need linear. Okay, let's add some of these guys in here. Man, but today, great lazy Sunday, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend doing lazy Sundays. If you can get something like that in your life. can also make this kind of more interesting, I think. If we make some of these fins a little bit more interesting. I'll show you what I mean here in a sec. I just drag these down. Whoops. Whoops. Can't get it to behave. Yeah, if we add some points like around each, everything. Oops. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Point there, point there, there, point there. What we can do is some cool stuff where we just, let's make all these hard points here. And then we can just go into each one and we can kind of drag it in. And then it will kind of have this like, this shape to it. It's kind of cool, not gonna lie. Don't know how we would do that here. We'd need to rework these things because I did these backwards, but I kind of like the way these look as these like pointy things, but I think we'd need to have them come out more like this. I think that would probably make more sense. Maybe I rework those. Tell you what, let's just put those off to the side here, and then let's redo it really quick. It won't take that long. And because I think that's more interesting as an identity. Sometimes that's all it takes, you know. In a piece, you gotta figure out what makes the thing tick. So I'm just duplicating this, making it a little bit more straight every time. At least a little bit more bent in the direction I want it to go. It's kind of like the middle, so that one goes straight across. And then this one goes over here. We start to bend the other way. The yellow boat called the Emerald Wind. We could make it green, I guess. Might work. Alright, I think this is a better way of doing the sails, because I think it's more interesting. And we can do the thing that I just did over there, where we just add a few points along the thing here. Boom, 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 boom. And on each one, oh yeah, we gotta select all these. And we just choose the little triangle here, and then you can kind of just bend each one. You just click it and drag it. We have to make them the square points. Otherwise, every time when we do this, it'll affect the curve behind it. And what this does, when you have this square kind of node, it makes it so that it is not affected by the one behind it. This looks way cooler, I think. It looks like it has a little bit of personality. So we're gonna do it to the last one here, and I think this will be quite cool. It looks like a floating beehive, though, so we got to give it a little bit more. A little bit more. Where would this one come off? Over here, so something like that. All right, we're moving on. Do the same thing. Probably a better way of doing this, but I sure don't know it. Alrighty. Here we go. Yeah, I gotta figure out my my Procreate setup. It's been a while since I've done it. And I completely broke it because there's been like a bunch of OBS updates and stuff. Stuff wasn't working, so I gotta investigate. It'll be alright. Okay, we're gonna do all of these things. I'm gonna keep that one like that, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
I have designed this speaker to amplify my thoughts so people will quit asking me for sandwiches. That could work, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, Space Ghost.
Go ahead,
My
Mohawk.
show was...
Space Ghost, coast to coast. Alright, this looks so much cooler than before. I may even need to delete that one just to prove it. Alright, it needs like a... We gotta fix this fin. Can I just like maybe take these boys and it's gonna work kinda maybe. I think I can take them, but I think I gotta.
Yeah, we poked you with sticks till you fell down.
Alright, the sampled Space Ghost stuff, I don't think it's gonna work. This is a spaghetti nightmare. I'm gonna delete those. Do it from scratch. And let's see, it goes this way.
To all the ladies in the place.
Alrighty. Let's make this guy cool. And then I think what I'll do is I'll kind of duplicate this one once I get it kind of nailed down. I'll just like make it bigger. And this is the one we'll use in the back. The back of the thing. Like over here. We'll just make it big. Put it over here. Maybe we'll kind of like resize it. Like these things, since they're about the same in dimension, move it to the top. It should just work, right? Need to kind of even like skew it out. The thing that's missing right now are shadows. We gotta make, I think that's what will sell the illusion, is having some shadows on this bad boy. Actually, I really hate this new one that I've added, so I'm gonna just delete that for now. We'll figure it out. Yeah, so let's add shadows. We're talking about like where the sun is. It's kind of over here. Maybe let's dive into that. Let's get into the environment a little bit more, and then let's come back to the airship. We've kind of done something with it. It's something. I don't know what it is yet. I don't know. Let's. I'm gonna turn off my my night light so I can actually see what color things are, because I'm gonna play with color for a bit. And I need that. So let's create some throwbacks. Let's use like a common color scheme. It's a little bit green, but we can kind of get like a piece of it here. Oops. It's kind of cool, maybe. I'll just kind of move this back here. We'll shift the hue slightly. Pump the saturation a little bit. And maybe we remove the stroke here. Maybe. Let's see what happens. It looks a little cheesy right now, I'd say. I really like it. Maybe we just remove it, keep it off screen. But I will add the stroke here. I think it needs it to keep it consistent. I don't know if the clouds need it, but we'll see. But if this thing is over here, let's start like imagining like a bit of a mountainscape or something that's happening. And I think one thing that we could do as well is have like cables like coming off of these things, like fasteners, you know, these like straight lines that would go like around the thing. Oh yeah, like maybe they attach to these, you know, like a through line kind of thing. It's kind of cool, actually. Like, and then maybe that one attaches up here. here. Kind of like them just like kind of feeling like they're all like kind of barely hanging together, you know? But that's what would make it quite charming, I think. This one maybe connects back here. Yeah, just having these lines I think will create like a bit of complexity, but enough like that the visual system will kind of work. It's enough that it looks like it's like kind of... Yeah, the shadows are what we're going to do next. And the shadows, I think, will sell the whole illusion of the thing. And it's difficult telling it to, like, that's going across. But we can do some things like that to, like, put that kind of behind it. But it's getting there. Yeah, so like this part needs definite shadows like over here. I'm just gonna take, I think, this object, paste it, and I'm gonna, let's see how I do this. I flipped it vertically. And we're gonna flip it horizontally. Now we're just gonna kind of distort it, warp it, change it. And then also make it like a dark color. We're gonna need to kind of smush it too, make it fit. But it can also be bigger, you know, like these things can spread, but it also needs to like affect like the curvature of the thing. Shadows are hard, but it's fine. It needs to get less precise, whoops, as it goes away. So I can't just want to delete this point. A little too dark, I would say. Let's go a little bit lighter. Maybe we'll remove the stroke on it. Nah, keep the stroke. And I think what I'll do as well is use like a blend mode to kind of sell the thing. Maybe we'll do like a dark end kind of thing. The only thing that we have to change there is that this needs to line up pretty perfectly. Tiny drag handles. Alright. This one might be a little bit easier because we really just need to kind of flip reverse kind of thing and then make it fit on the... I don't know, maybe not. Maybe all these are hard and I'm just crazy. The shadows are what's gonna sell it. So we gotta do it. Can't have these crossed lines. I want it to like kind of go over it. No, it's darkened. That didn't, right? Darken color. Yeah. weird. Like, kind of looks like a camouflage system or something. But I think I just need to solve like the shading. Maybe it's because of the strokes, and if the whole thing had strokes differently, it wouldn't be as bad. Maybe if I just made them more generic as well, that could also be possible. I could make them too precise, but if I just worked with like stricter colors, it might fit. Could also be that this thing needs like this color as its base, and it needs to be way stronger. Oops. I don't know, man. Let's back up and reset slightly. Let's reevaluate our life decisions. Everything we've done up until this point has led us here, and I don't think they've made very good decisions. Let's just move those off to the side. We can ignore them for now. Let's try this again. But let's do something else, because that didn't really work quite the way I thought it would. And maybe what it needs is just like some solid shapes that are kind of acting as shadows that we can use here. We'll put these on the base layer, and they will be samples from this. This is already working better, I think, as a plan. I'll just kind of use this shadow layer here. I'll just put it on top of this. And I think what we can do is we can use this also, like this same kind of shape. We'll use it here, and we'll just actually create the hard bottom of the shadow. Like this, I think will help sell the shadow, where it'll be used in more places to really be a part of its identity. If that makes sense. Yeah, that's better. Got a little rowboat out in the desert. All right, let's drink some water and think about how we're gonna get this working. Oh, I lost chat. Chat back. Okay, let's add some stuff to the environment, and then we'll return to the airship. It needs some details down here, but we'll figure out all that in a bit, and I think it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, Gunn said. Just trust him. He's been wrong before. Okay, so I think for the environment, I want to get a little Morbius-y. Like I want to get I love his desert stuff, and I want to mimic that kind of look and feel. I'm already in love with these colors a bit more. It's like these hills. This is cool. This is like Zelda, but in like a Morbius style. I like it. Oh, this is speaking to me. Maybe this is the direction we need to tilt it a little bit. I like that deep blue with the harsh gradient. I think this is interesting. Let's take some inspiration here. Yeah, I like this. Let's reevaluate our life decisions, shall we? And see if we can do something. Yeah, this sandstorm. Let's learn here. All right, let's see if we can recreate this. And if we can't, then we'll find our own identity on the way. And if we do find it, we'll have learned something new. Sound good? All right, let's. Ooh, that purple's also cool. Ah, we're having fun here. Let's really crank the saturation. All right. And what does he do here? It's a deep blue into a lighter blue, and that's going up and down. So let's do a deep blue first. It's also just kind of cool if we even left it like that, but let's try to get it close. I think that's cool. I think this blue needs to be deeper. We can go deeper blue. Like, it's just punchy, man, you know, but that's what sells it. It's like really something stark, right? I like it. And we have this nice horizon line here, but what do you mean an effect for on the horizon? Also, the horizon. If you had the light top to dark. Oh yeah, the midday. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. All right. So what I want to do here is we have these clouds. We like the clouds. We don't love the clouds, so we're just gonna put the clouds up there. Let's put these out of the way. I want to study this a little bit. I want to study what they do. So it's like these really interesting kind of lines that go up here, and this really flat horizon line. I want to mimic that as well. I love the flat horizon line. And then these like storms. I mean, this is such a fun vibe with these characters. Like, we're doing something a little bit different, but it's still kind of cool. So let's actually just kind of erase this here. Let's make this level. Is that level? Looks kind of level. I kind of like, this is like a cool vibe, like this new take on it, because it's like headed towards the storm. I think we can do some fun stuff with this. So how does this work? It's like some clouds. Like very jaggy, but then have these long rounded things, and they're kind of jaggy, and they have some long rounded shape. All right, let's just try some of this. Like, doesn't mean we'll get it right the first time. And he has a different stroke here. You notice, like, this is like a thicker stroke than these, so maybe this needs to be like a one stroke or something, like a really quite stark horizon line, and then we can do 0.5 on the other ones. Man, Mobius knew what he was doing, man. And they're small things. Do they kind of go all the way down? A little bit. Kind of like learning about this here. Have you guys seen this DALL-E image like AI generation tool? It's incredible. It's gonna put me out of a job. I don't actually think that, but it is interesting, the stuff they can create. I think it's really fun to play with. I don't have a license for the full one, just the mini one. I was doing some of that the other day. You can do some really interesting things. Let's get low to the horizon. Maybe these get more. let's go over here and let's make this all one shape. I don't know if I got the clouds right. Let's find out. Maybe we got something kind of close. And what we were doing here is also something that had a little bit of a gradient to it, a little bit of a white, but it kind of has this like sand color. And I like how he went light to dark, but like coming towards us. We got really close to that, but let's make it more symmetrical. Let's do it like that. And I want to shift our sands a little bit. This one I think needs a little bit more orange in it, so let's tilt the hue slightly, make it a little bit hotter, a little bit lighter, and a little bit more. Oops, a little bit more. A soft degradation. All right, and let's take this, make it white, and then on the other one, let's make it just a touch of this color, and then we'll run above it like that. So we start white, and then just as we get to the horizon line, it starts to get a little dusty. It's kind of cool. I like. I know this we said this would be like this, but maybe this needs to still be 0.5, and this needs to be like 0.25 or something. I think that might be better. I think that's kind of cool. It's interesting. I want to maybe adjust the colors on this a little bit. Maybe this doesn't need to be yellow as much as maybe it needs to be like slightly orange. Just kind of fit in the world, you know? I like that. Let's update our swatches. Excuse me. Let's grab this. Let's just take a peck at that orange color. That's good. And this one will do the same. I like it. It's cool. What else can we learn from this? I like how this the color white. Like there's really good shadows here. Let's look in the let's add a little bit. Yeah, it's what I was just thinking about. It's like, what if we can relook at the shadows? I like how the shadows aren't it is solid shape, but instead of it being a solid fill, it's these kind of lines that give it like a texture. And I wonder if we could do something similar here, where we don't actually use a fill, but we do use like a texture. Let's see if we can make the tool work for us here, and let's do. How do we do like a pattern overlay? Give me a second to like explore here, because I would imagine. Well, I'm of two minds. I have a couple of things we could do here. I'm gonna make a fill be an image that is repeated. We could do the fill. We could do it with a brush. Because we have these styles like this. Like, what is this doing? I just want to see like what the effect is. The 3D effect, I think, right? It's not the outline. It's not the inner shadow. It's the gradient. Gradient overlay. This is interesting. Okay. Let's look at this. So it's just a lot of repeating gradients. All right, well, let's just do that. That was cool. All right, let's try this. Let's add a gradient overlay. First of all, let's back up enough. Here we go. Okay. This is where we want to be. And let's actually just add a regular gradient fill to the whole thing. And let's see here. Let's make this one transparent, and we make this one black, and we make this one white and transparent. Is that gonna work correctly? Can I just like copy this? Is there a way I can do that? Keyboard shortcuts don't work for these things, by the way. Like I can't really like undo if I do one. Is this my life now? I don't like that they're like so blurry. That's like the one thing that I don't love. Maybe this is actually not going to save us any time. And maybe I just need to own it up and just do it by hand. But let's just do it like that. Like how do they do curves? Like they're curved. Okay, so there's no getting around that. But I guess the only downside, like I'm just thinking out loud here, if we do it this way, is it will always look a little bit samey. This is interesting. Let's look at this. This is kind of cool. It's like this brush, and if I instead change the brush to be something like this, I can maybe just paint out how did that work? Right, there it goes. This is kind of cool. Turn down the variance, turn down the width. All right, they're a little bit grungy, but I think it'll work. There's like some visual artifacts there, but I think it's fine. See what we feel about this after the fact, but I think it could be kind of cool as like a cross-hatching kind of style, and using this like kind of brush look. Yep. Oops. It's a little hard to control, like I'm still getting used to it, but it's a little bit weird, but it's kind of cool. I like it though. It's a lot of little manual work, I think. We'll stagger these slightly at the end so the ends won't be so clean, but that's okay as long as like these at the start are kind of cool. I think it'll look right, at least I think. Is the width okay, or is it too narrow? I think it might be too narrow. I think we might have killed it a little bit. I think that's probably better. Okay, we're gonna salvage this. This piece has been a lot of like, let's do something. Let's not do it that way. Let's do something else. But it works in the end, I think. These things are very frustrating to manipulate by hand. Drag handles are very small. Very tiny. Requires laser precision. And Affinity, it has this like kind of bugginess where it doesn't really like re-rendering like brush strokes. Kind of hates it, and so it leaves all these artifacts behind, which is a little annoying visually. But like you can kind of see like whenever I drag them how it leaves some things. I don't know if you can see that, but it's definitely a little bit annoying. I think this is a much better size to do like the cross-hatching thing on. I think this is a much cooler kind of way of doing this. These can be a bit staggered, I think, and I think it's still cool. I kind of like the texture on them. I think it's not a big deal because I'm kind of gonna add some like a little bit of noise texture and things after the fact. So it kind of just works, I think. Yeah, I kind of like how it's all like staggered like that. I think it's kind of cool. Worst case, if it looks annoying still, we can vector crop it. That's the word I'm looking for. We can vector crop it. Just realized I had like a shape here I was using. I wish I would have kept that shape. Well, if we just take it here, what we can do is we can use these shapes. Do I got all? I think I do. I can group all these. This gets the 0.5 that we're using everywhere. And we will use it as the mask of the group. Doesn't actually work the way that I thought it would. Oh, it needs a fill. Hold up. Let's give it a white fill. This should work. Yeah. And then now this can be like extended and it creates a hard line. All right, cool. And actually we can then do some fun stuff where we just kind of reuse this object, or rather like all these things. And this thing can be our new object. I think we can just kind of maybe just kind of paint with these. Let me figure this out. It's cheating a little bit, but it gets we're all about saving time here. Horizontal. Is this gonna work? This might work. Yeah, I'll adjust some of these manually. But what we'll do is we'll have this group, and then we'll make this be yeah. And so what we do is we come in here and we manually adjust some of these. I think this is much more interesting of a shape for shadows. And what we can do is, like I said here, we can use these kind of as it's almost like a brushes, a collection of brushes, or like at least like a stamp collection that we can use. I'll remove some of these smaller ones, and we'll just use these taller ones. We're just going to use them like this. It seems ridiculous, but maybe it is. But I think it's kind of an effective little strategy here. Let's work smarter, not harder. Make a little group here, and then kind of move that to the back. Actually, let's move it not so far to the back, but yeah, that's perfect. Where's this guy? And we make make this the mask for this, and then it kind of just works. And all we got to do here is kind of just adjust some of these to make sense where we then, you know, where it doesn't make sense. Oops. It's a cool brush we found here. I like it. I think it's cool. All right, let's move some of these up. Last bits. Ooh, okay, that's one thing I guess. Like, we're kind of locked into that size now with these widths. These were just a little bit too close together. Oops. Alright, that's much nicer. Okay. What else can we learn from this this picture? Because I think that's pretty cool. I like let's add some texture to the desert. I like how flat it is, but I think it needs some love here. Now, granted, in the scene Mobius has here, that they're quite connected. So what else maybe we can learn from something that's a little bit higher up? This is interesting. That's also like an airship kind of thing. Give us some distance. Yeah, I think we can make it work if we kind of give some oscillation in the distance. It can still be a flat horizon line and maybe have some stuff happen under. Like, this is actually a similar perspective that we're working with. It's kind of inverted. You don't really see the horizon line there. It's just fun to look at this stuff sometimes, even if we don't make anything. This is cool. Always an inspiration. Maybe we just need some weird as well, you know? Like, just like some stuff happening. This is super cool. I don't think that's Mobius though. I mean, it's like Mobius inspired, but... maybe we need some of these things happening, you know? It's kind of cool. This is also like a similar perspective. It's like kind of a little bit higher up, so kind of like this where we see some lines going across, like to show the different steps, and then like some colors here, and we can use like some rocks that are divided. I think this is interesting. I think we can learn something here. Let's use this as a learning experience as well. So I think we can, I like how this creates like some dividing lines, and I think it'll create, like, so right now we have this blimp going in this direction, and what this will do if we use a similar kind of idea here is that creates some opposite dividing lines. So you have like this like crisscross kind of vision, because he's looking this way, he's walking this way, lines going this way, so it's like everything is dancing. I think that's kind of cool. So let's learn from here. I think there's something interesting here with, oops. With learning from these compositions. And I think there's some other cool stuff that we can mimic, how like lines don't fully connect. You know, and sometimes maybe even they're like a little bit off. we get. You know? And I like including this other color here. I think I want to do that as well to kind of separate it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe this is something interesting. Like maybe this is like a river or something kind of going through the whole thing. That's kind of cool. I like this idea where we can have like some echoes of the blues. And I think like we already have this like kind of dusty looking machine here. I think it would contrast quite well. Let's play with it. Let's see what we can get. Like, I'm thinking maybe we operate in this kind of arena of like these light blues, or maybe we can get like kind of teal with it, like a green, you know? One of these kind of colors. You know? It's a little bit wild. Like maybe if we borrow from the blues as well, maybe it gets us more something interesting. You know? Maybe it's a bit more of an echo of that previous thing. Or maybe if we took this color, whatever this is, like the total kind of how do I describe it? What am I looking for here? I need the RGB. There we go. No. I'll get the hex. Whatever, I'm just gonna grab it from over here. Oops. What happened? I just want to get that color. Oh, there it is. RGB hex. It's right there under. Just want to copy it. What I'm trying to articulate that I can't is if this color were to lighten all the way down, like what it would actually run into eventually. So this needs to be more narrow over here and more wide down here for it to be correct. I think it can go pointing into the distance as well, like we're following it, like it's somewhere we're headed. Maybe slightly off screen even, you know, like in that direction. And I think there's also some cool things we could do here where we play with the stroke of it all. Maybe we actually don't do a stroke, but we still, or rather we do, but we change it a little bit. Like for this one, we make it maybe a bit dashed or so. How do we do this? Is it not the metering? Oh, it's here. Yeah. Right. Dash line. There we go. I thought the metering was how far it's dashed, but that is not the case. Oh no, here it is. I wish we could make this a little bit random. We can do some stuff with that. That's kind of cool. What does this phase do? Oh, that just moves it around. Well, I was thinking what we could do. Make them quite long. It's a little predictable right now. What's this phase? It's kind of cool. It's not quite what it needs to be yet, though. Something like that, maybe? Kind of. I don't know. I think there's something kind of cool there. I like how oh, it's not the right border. So I was like, it looks a little thick. That's because it wasn't correctly selected. This needs to be 0.5. Okay, sorry. Not sure. I think I'm gonna have to revisit the thing, but it's something interesting there. I think this needs to like level out a little bit with the horizon line, just slightly. The lines are still a little. I think I need something more unpredictable with the brushes. I don't know, maybe we just make it like a regular. I don't know, maybe who are we kidding? Maybe it just needs to be a line. Maybe that's all it needs. Yeah, and I wanna add a few more things here. So I'm thinking here. Nope, I'm gonna go straight here. I wanna add like some steps. Something kind of like something like Minecraft music. I don't know, folks. We're just gonna see how far we get here. Let's take this thing and go to our swatches. We're gonna add it. I'm gonna use it here. Not that thing. This, not that thing either. How many objects do I have here? Nothing's behaving, man. Let's do it like that. That's also not it. I hate it. It's one of the most frustrating things Affinity designer does. It's like continuing objects. Just sometimes they don't want to behave. It's very, very, very annoying. So I think what I'm going to do is just we're going to create some lines here. We're going to make some rocks that look kind of detailed to give the eye somewhere to go. We're just gonna add some stuff happening over here. And maybe what we'll do is we'll take this thing, we'll copy and paste it, and what we'll do is we'll continue this shape and we'll have it go around here. And what we'll do is it'll be behind it. We're gonna remove the stroke. We're gonna do the same kind of gradient, but we'll make it radial. We'll have it kind of go like this. And we'll have it go to be transparent. Like that. There'll just be a thing there, maybe. needs to also, it needs to be, this is a little weird affinity quirk, but it needs to be the same color that's kind of fading out of, or else it gets this weird like halo effect thing. Still kind of getting it. I don't really know why. Let's just see. Maybe it needs to be actually like an elliptical. And this thing needs to be black. It's kind of looking hairy, maybe. I don't know. I think it actually works. It just needs more detail. So we're just going to add some of these kind of things coming off, and really just I remember for another similar Mobius piece I did I think it was last summer as well, and there was a lot of little pieces and parts like this, and it about kills you. But once you kind of figure out the rhythm and the pattern, you just kind of breeze through it quite quickly, I think. Maybe we'll like make this like a bit of a little like Rocky Valley kind of thing, you know. It's a funky piece. I don't know. It's weird, but it's got some fun vibes to it. I like the blue, but also the more I think about it, let's add it to our swatches. Let's add this one too. But I'm wondering if we went a little too on the nose with this. I wonder if we needed more of like a greenish color to like really make it funky and strange. You know, something more like this, fading into something that's more, I don't know, something weird, you know? And then with this, we could use more of like this like kind of greenish color. So I think this is more striking and interesting. I mean, the blue's powerful and punchy, but I don't know. I think I might need to sleep on it and think about it. It's got a radioactive kind of look to it, but it's kind of fun. You know, looking at these, like, I wonder if we should be using this brush. Doesn't really work in that scale. But that's what we're doing on this, so maybe there's something there that could be done. I don't know. Maybe it needed to be something like this instead. You know, like it kind of looks like tire tracks. I I don't know. I don't know. This thing's gone off the rails so many times. I don't really know where it is anymore. But it's what makes it fun, right? Get lost in the journey of it all, or something like that. I don't really know. I think it's a fun piece. I think we actually might have had it right with the blues. I think maybe that was actually where it's at. It's neat. Maybe it needs a touch of something else on the blimp. Something more interesting happening. Something going on that's sells it. I think we probably also missed the opportunity to kind of do some more clouds as well. Yeah, it needs some more details. The cabin itself looks a little boring, in my opinion. It needs something more happening to it. It needs some action shot. It needs like a ladder and somebody, an Indiana Jones character dangling from it or something. But it's what it is, It's a fun piece. I think we're gonna dial it back here, and maybe we'll either do something else on this, maybe another time where we'll revisit it, and maybe we'll pop it into Procreate and draw some, do like a painting on top of it, and add some effects, or maybe we'll add another character, or maybe we'll just never touch it again. I don't really know. That's we'll just see. But it's a fun thing, and I'm glad to be back doing some stuff again. I hope to be more on the regular doing stuff because I enjoy it. I really miss having some time just to do art every week. I haven't really had that in my life really at all. It's been just when I can off to the side, and it's just me by myself, and that's fine. But I like drawing with y'all. But so thanks for chilling with me. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll have to play next week by a year, but there'll be some more streams for sure in July, and we'll create some stuff. Hopefully some interesting stuff, and I think it's gonna be fun. I'm open to doing some more Procreate stuff. That's where my brain's been at a lot lately. I haven't left Affinity entirely behind, thanks, Miguel. It was really fun. Y'all, gonna call it here though.